One of the most important things that's going to help you navigate your life after religion, to navigate it in the most confident, in the most freeing, in the most peaceful way, is for you to understand that your experience in religion was not wrong. The way that you lived your life while you were having your religious experience was not wrong. It was not a waste of time. Any time that you spent in religion, whether you were born into it, whether you came into it as an adult because you were trying to look for some type of relief, you need to know that it was not wrong. You did not waste your time. How can you, as an infinite being, as an infinite soul, as an essence of cosmic order, as an essence of cosmic harmony and cosmic balance, as the essence of magic, how can you have wasted your time? You cannot. There is no such thing because you are infinite. It is in your DNA. It is in your cells that you are infinite, that you are expansive. So you have to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that this experience, your religious experience, was a part of your divine life. It was part of your path. The reason I'm saying that is because there seems to be this static and this inner turmoil and fight that Black women are experiencing having left religion. There seems to be this, oh, I blame myself. How could I have not seen what was happening? How could I have allowed myself to be tricked under the influence of the religious construct under religious patriarchy? That ends today. That is not loving. That is not easeful. That, if you want to say that's a waste of time, what is a waste of time? That is a waste of time. To replay those, oh, how could I have been? How could I have allowed myself? That is a waste of energy. Okay. So what you want to do, and I'm telling you this because this is something that I had to learn to do over time so that I could ascend into my freedom, so that I could ascend into my magic, so that I could ascend into my own spiritual technology and my own spiritual practice as I see it. Okay. So that I could ascend into my intuition. All right. I had to begin to love my experience. I had to begin to love my experience in religion. Okay. And so one of the things that I started to do was I said, okay, is there something that I learned from my religious experience? For example, with me, I learned discipline. It takes discipline to continue to be in all the things that I was involved in, to continue to show up, to continue to be on time for whether I was teaching a Sunday school class or showing up for a praise team meeting, whatever. That took discipline over time to continue to do that, even though I knew that it was not aligned for me, but I kept doing it. That takes discipline. Programming, yes, but it takes discipline. So what I want you to do is gift yourself the time to say, what did I learn? Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're asking yourself that for the first time, if you're listening to me and you're saying, well, I don't know what I learned from my religious experience, then let that be the answer for the moment. Let that be it. If you're asking, okay, if you sit down and do this exercise and you say, You ask yourself, okay, what did I learn from my religious experience? And the first thing that comes up is, I don't know what I learned. I just learned it was crazy. Okay, then let that be the answer for the moment. Then, because you're being honest about what you're feeling in that moment, and that is also another way that you're going to reprogram your nervous system to accept this new essence, this new level of being that is out, your level of being now that you are experiencing, that you are ascending into. This level of being is outside of that construct. That's all a part of it. You being honest about what you're feeling right now. So let that be the answer. Okay, don't try to force anything. This is not about force. Don't try and force anything, but let that be the answer. The second thing that you can do is the time that you were in your religious experience. I want you to go back and say, for example, when you were in church on a Sunday morning or Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whatever, think about what you were saying on the inside. Were you saying, well, I wish I was somewhere else? Well, what is that? Or you wish that you were doing something else, or you wish that you had a certain feeling that you were not getting during your religious experience or while you were sitting in church? Well, now I want you to go back to that moment, ask yourself that same question. Okay, well, where would you have rather have been? How would you have rather been feeling in that moment? And I want you to take that same answer, and maybe most likely it has expanded into something else, but whatever comes up, look around in your life and see how you can experience what you wanted to experience rather than being in the constructs of religion. All right. So, for example, I'll give you a personal example. Every time I would go into the church building, in my head, I'm like, I would rather be traveling. I would rather be sitting in front of an easel painting. I would rather be writing a book. You see? So now you take those events or whatever it is that you would have rather been doing, and you see how you can start to do that. Go back to that. If it is writing, start to write again. Don't make this hard. Don't think about it too much. This is part of you ascending. Okay? The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to begin to learn to love every aspect of you. In the Kemet pantheon, we have Ma'at. Okay? Ma'at is a goddess, a form of Isis, but we'll get to that in another episode. Don't worry. Ma'at, it represents harmony and balance. And her aspect reminds us, her energy reminds us to learn to love every single mirror of us. So we have that one mirror that we see, that we stand in front of, when we're getting dressed casually, starting our day out, whatever. But we have multiple mirrors. What does that mean? We have multiple views of us. There are multiple aspects of us. And when you were a part of religion taught you to hide certain aspects that were deemed to be unacceptable. For example, your sensuality as a woman. If you grew up, here's an example. The religion that I grew up in, immediately as a woman, as a young girl, you're taught to cover yourself. Everything about you from head to toe should be covered. Everything about you from head to toe is sinful because your flesh is sinful. Your body is sinful. So you were taught to hide with the long dresses, no makeup, no adornment, no jewelry, God forbid if you colored your hair or cut it off. Okay. Nothing to adorn yourself, covering up, making sure you weren't showing any cleavage, making sure that your arms were covered. These are the extremes that I grew up in. And as a young woman, you learn that is sending you the message that those aspects of you that make that are a part of your essence, your divine essence, let alone your Black feminine essence, okay, your melanated essence. You were taught to hide that, all right? That sensual part of you, you were taught to hide that. Your sexuality, you were taught to hide that. So that is an aspect of you that you were taught was unacceptable. So that's just one example. So begin to look at all the aspects of you that you put on a shelf because you didn't want to show, or you felt that aspect of you was too much. Now I want you to learn to love that aspect. Speak to that aspect. Honor that aspect. Write a love letter to that aspect. As a matter of fact, the last thing that I'm going to encourage you to do, recommend that you do, is write a love letter to you as the divine feminine essence. Write a love letter to you. Only you will know what to put in that letter. Only you will know what aspects of you need to be acknowledged and healed. So do that. Also, to help you do that, I want you to reserve your spot to my Ascension workshop, which is going to be live. It's a complimentary Ascension workshop. I'm calling it Ascension Workshop, which is going to be held Saturday, November 22nd, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. Reserve your spot. In that workshop, we're going to spend some time talking about, I'm not going to spend so much time talking about, what religion did. We already know that because I have over 600 videos on this YouTube platform. And if you're listening to this through the podcast, you hear all the episodes that I have. All right. So it's not going to be so much, this is what religion did. We're going to be focusing on how you ascend into your Black feminine essence. And I'm saying Black. I keep saying that over and over again for a reason, because I always say, and this is what I feel, this is what my experience has been, this is what I know. All right. Black women of the diaspora, have had a very unique experience in religion because of the way that religion was formed. Religion was formed. The original thought of religion was designed to wipe out our spiritual technology, to wipe out our divine and cosmic essence, to wipe out the power that we have to bring cosmic order. All right. I know I said a lot of words right there, but this is why I focus on speaking to Black women who are navigating their lives after religion. So in this workshop, you're going to be given tips and practical steps that you can integrate in your life to ascend in a soft way, not by force, so that you can ascend in a confident way. All right. Watch this, whether fear is there or not. Because as you ascend, you learn that fear is an energy that you can alchemize and use for your benefit. All right. As a Black woman, you already know how to alchemize chaos. Whether you knew what you were doing or not, you know how to alchemize chaos. Chaos is just an energy. That's it. It's just a frequency. And as you ascend, you know how to use that how to use that chaos and use it for your benefit. But without struggle, without strife, without being tense. All right. So, in essence, that is what we're going to be doing in this workshop. Okay. So, reserve your spot. The link to do that is in the description box of this video. So, I will see you November 22nd.